Have you ever noticed that dumb people make themselves known? Oh yeah, we all have really good stories of some pretty stupid people. But there are 4 really dumb driving habits that people continue to do. I'm going to tell you those 4 habits and one really smart tip. Stay right with us. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is 4 Minute Friday. And here's what's going on in your automotive world. There are 4 dumb things drivers do in winter. And if you stay with us till the end, I'll give you one really smart driving tip that will help all drivers. During the past few weeks, we've had some really bad winter storms and a lot of snow-covered roads and cold temperatures around the country. What this has done is brought up some pretty idiotic driving behaviors. After seeing some stupid maneuvers and a few cars in the ditch, I felt it was time to call them out. Time after time, I saw people doing some pretty aggressive maneuvers when there was poor visibility, icy conditions, and snow on the road. I've also overheard people having conversations about driving situations that weren't really that smart, again showcasing that the dumb people make themselves known. These are the people that are going to find themselves in ditches, upside down, underneath 18-wheelers, and in accidents, and not wondering why it happened. Can't figure it out. I don't know. Yeah, those are the people we're going to call out today. I'm also going to give you one really simple driving tip that all drivers should be aware of because it could save your life. Driving too fast. To me, this is obvious. There's snow on the road, there's icy conditions, poor visibility. Slow down. I don't think this takes a genius, but sure enough, there's always someone to do something stupid. They end up in a ditch upside down, or they cause a huge car collision, and the police are out there telling everyone, slow down. Try not to be that person. Slow down, give yourself a lot of distance. That leads me to number 2. Stop tailgating. I cannot tell you how many times I see people way too close to the vehicle in front of them. Remember, when you're stopping on snow and ice, there is nothing between the tires and the roadway but snow and ice, which is water. So when it's raining, it's hydroplaning, and when it's cold, you could have black ice, which is a skating rink, or worse, it's heavy snow, and you're following the ruts. When that's the case, give yourself plenty of distance to stop the car. It's going to take almost twice as long to stop that vehicle, no matter what you're driving, whether it's all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, 4x4. Please, give the person a lot of gap between you and them. Number 3 is something to you might be obvious. It's bald tires. Now, winter tires are the best way to get through winter. Just like you would wear a snow boot instead of a pair of high-heeled shoes or dress shoes during the winter, you wear snow boots, right? Well, they have a different grip to the roadway. So if you're seeing snow at least 3 times a year and temperatures are below 40 degrees, because that's called the 40-degree rule, then you should own a set of winter tires. It's required in Canada, but what's most important is you're going to get the best traction to the roadway that's possible. However, on ice or black ice, there's not going to be any traction. So don't try to be that person who continues to tailgate, drive too fast, like I've said before, and then drive around on bald tires, because you will be upside down in a ditch in cold, icy water. And I promise you, that doesn't make for anybody's good day. One last tip for tires, check your tire pressure once a month. Do not increase, do not decrease the tire pressure. Follow the number inside your driver's door, check your tire pressure once a month, use a digital tire pressure gauge. These are pretty simple basics. You may know them, but your kids may not, or someone in your family may not, so make sure you teach them how to check tire pressure. It's the simplest thing to do, and best of all, it costs nothing. If you do need new tires, check online. There's some great websites like TireRack.com, and they can advise you on the best tire combination for your vehicle. Number 4 is driving like an idiot. Now you may say, didn't you just describe that in number 1, 2, and 3? True, but there are people that have all-wheel drive vehicles or 4x4 vehicles. They have snow tires and they think, I am invincible, I cannot be broken, I will be able to go through all the winter conditions and nothing will happen to me. Yeah, that's not true. I've seen a lot of trucks in the ditch. I've seen 4x4s upside down. And the reason that happens is drivers make aggressive moves thinking, I've got 4-wheel drive and I've got winter tires. But if you're driving on ice, there's nothing you can do. If you're driving in deep snowy ruts, you can still find yourself in a ditch. So please try not to be the superhero, like passing people like you're a superhero and I can get by you. Get out of my way. Let me tell you, those are the people you always see down the road in a ditch, in an accident, underneath an 18-wheeler, doing stupid shit. So don't be one of those people that we all take photos of and post on Instagram. Now that you've made it through the 4 dumb things that most drivers are doing during the winter, here's the one tip that will actually save you. Steering into the skid. Now, if you've never done that, you can practice it in a parking lot. It's really great for new drivers to practice this because they don't teach any of that stuff in driver's ed. They only teach you how to pass the test. And boy, have I heard a lot of stories lately of people telling me driver's ed doesn't teach you anything other than how to pass the test. So it's our responsibility to help those new drivers be better drivers. So if you practice in a parking lot without any poles around, all you have to do is give it too much gas and the car will go into a skid. Now your natural reaction will be to hit the brakes, not the right reaction. The actual reaction is to steer into the skid and give it a little bit of gas. I call it a crescendo of power. It's a little bit of power, you can add a little bit and you can drive away from the situation. This works on snow and some icy conditions. If it's truly, really icy outside, try to put 2 tires that are on the edge of the road into the snow and leave the 2 on the ice if you really need to go out. Obviously, if the conditions are that bad, don't go out. To me, again, this is obvious, but there are people who make themselves known as being really bad drivers, and you can point those out by putting your stories down below, post them on Instagram. You can tag me at LaurenFix. That is my social media handle on everything. And boy, I really love your stories from last week on passenger shaming. So continue posting, continue sharing. Thank you so much for following. Don't forget to check out what we've been up to in the last few weeks. Lots of cool stuff coming very soon. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.